Look closely at the space beneath your eyes the next time you stand in front of a mirror. Not your wrinkles, not your hair, not the overall appearance of your face. Just that soft puffiness sitting under your eyes that never seems to completely disappear. Maybe it started years ago as a slight swelling you only noticed in the morning. Then it began lasting longer. Today, it may be there almost all the time, making you look more tired, older, and less healthy than you actually feel. Like many people over 60, you've probably tried every common solution. Cold compresses, expensive eye creams, cucumber slices, sleeping on extra pillows, drinking more water, drinking less water, cutting back on salt, getting more sleep. Yet somehow the puffiness remains. If that sounds familiar, what you're about to learn may completely change the way you think about those bags under your eyes. Because what if the real problem isn't your skin at all? What if the tissue beneath your eyes is acting like an early warning system, quietly revealing something deeper happening inside your body? Most people assume under-eye bags are simply a cosmetic issue or an unavoidable part of aging. But in many older adults, persistent morning puffiness may reflect changes occurring far away from the face itself. In fact, one of the organs most closely connected to this problem sits deep inside your body and works around the clock without you ever noticing it. Your kidneys. These remarkable organs filter your blood, regulate fluid balance, and help determine where excess water stays and where it leaves. As kidney efficiency gradually declines with age, even subtle changes in fluid regulation can begin showing up in the most delicate tissues of the body first. And that is exactly why today's video is so important. You'll discover why under-eye puffiness often becomes more noticeable after 60, the hidden mistakes that may be making it worse every night, and a simple 6-0-second technique that may help support your body's natural drainage system. Stay with me, because what your mirror is showing you may not be what you've been told all these years. To understand why puffiness often appears under the eyes before anywhere else, we need to look at something most people never think about: the unique structure of the skin beneath the eyes. This area contains some of the thinnest and most delicate skin on the entire body. In many places, your skin acts like a strong protective barrier. Under the eyes, however, that barrier is much thinner, making even small changes in fluid levels far more noticeable. Think of the under-eye area as a shallow bowl or a small valley. Throughout the day and night, tiny amounts of fluid naturally move through the tissues of your face. In younger years, this fluid is usually drained away efficiently. But as we age, the balance becomes less perfect. Gravity, slower circulation, and changes in the body's drainage systems can allow fluid to linger longer than it once did. Because the tissue under the eyes is so soft and loosely connected, it acts almost like a sponge. Even a small increase in fluid retention can create visible swelling. Long before excess fluid causes noticeable swelling in the hands, legs, or ankles, it may first collect beneath the eyes where the tissue offers the least resistance. This is why many people wake up and immediately notice puffiness in the mirror. The under-eye area often serves as one of the body's earliest visible indicators that fluid is not moving and draining as efficiently as it should. In many cases, the eyes reveal the story before the rest of the body does. So, what actually changes inside the kidneys after the age of 60? The answer may surprise you. Even in people who feel healthy and have never been diagnosed with kidney disease, the kidneys naturally become less efficient over time. These remarkable organs contain millions of tiny filtering units that continuously remove waste products and help regulate the body's fluid balance. But as the years pass, some of these filters gradually lose function. One of the most important measurements of kidney performance is something called the glomerular filtration rate, or GFR. Think of GFR as the speed at which your kidneys clean and filter your blood. In many adults, GFR slowly declines with age. This does not necessarily mean disease is present, but it does mean the kidneys may have a harder time responding to changes in hydration, sodium intake, and fluid balance than they did decades earlier. As filtering efficiency decreases, the body may become more likely to hold on to small amounts of excess fluid. The change is often so subtle that it goes completely unnoticed. You may not see swollen ankles, you may not feel any symptoms at all. Yet, tiny amounts of fluid can begin accumulating in the softest tissues of the body, especially beneath the eyes. This is why under-eye puffiness can sometimes appear years before more obvious signs of fluid retention. The kidneys are still working, but they may no longer regulate fluid with the same precision they once had. Combined with age-related changes in circulation and lymphatic drainage, this can create the perfect conditions for mild but persistent swelling. The important thing to understand is that this process is often gradual and silent. Many people assume their under-eye bags are simply cosmetic, when in reality they may be one of the earliest visible clues that the body's fluid management systems are changing with age. Understanding these changes is the first step towards supporting healthier aging and better overall wellness. When people think about fluid retention, they usually think about the kidneys. But there is another system working quietly behind the scenes that plays a major role in keeping the face looking healthy and free of excess swelling: the lymphatic system. You can think of it as the body's natural drainage network. While blood vessels deliver oxygen and nutrients to tissues, lymphatic vessels help collect excess fluid, waste products, and cellular debris, carrying them away so they can be processed and removed. In the face, this drainage system is especially important. Every day, tiny amounts of fluid move into the soft tissues around the eyes, cheeks, and jawline. Under normal circumstances, the lymphatic system continuously clears this fluid, preventing it from accumulating. But as we get older, this process often becomes less efficient. One reason is that lymphatic vessels naturally lose some of their strength and elasticity with age. The small muscle movements that help push lymphatic fluid through the system also become less active. As a result, fluid can remain trapped in facial tissues longer than it should, especially during sleep when the body is lying flat for several hours. A sedentary lifestyle can make the situation even worse. Unlike the heart, which has its own powerful pump, the lymphatic system depends heavily on body movement. Walking, stretching, chewing, facial expressions, and normal daily activity all help keep lymphatic fluid flowing. When people spend long periods sitting, watching television, or remaining inactive, lymphatic circulation tends to slow down. Over time, this combination of aging and reduced movement can allow fluid to collect in the delicate tissues beneath the eyes. That is why persistent under-eye puffiness is often not caused by a single problem, but rather by the combined effects of slower kidney function, reduced lymphatic drainage, and lifestyle habits that limit the body's natural ability to move excess fluid away from the face. While mild under-eye puffiness is often related to aging and fluid retention, there are times when it should not be ignored. In some cases, the body may be sending warning signs that deserve medical attention. One of the most important clues can appear in the bathroom. If you regularly notice urine that is unusually foamy or bubbly, especially when this is a new change, it may indicate that protein is leaking into the urine. This can sometimes occur when the kidneys are not filtering properly. Another warning sign is dark-colored urine that persists despite adequate hydration. While temporary changes can occur for many reasons, ongoing dark urine may suggest that the body is dealing with an underlying problem that deserves evaluation. Shortness of breath is another symptom that should never be overlooked. When excess fluid begins accumulating in the body, it can sometimes affect the lungs and make breathing more difficult, particularly during physical activity or while lying down. Pay attention to swelling in the legs, ankles, or feet as well. Unlike under-eye puffiness, which can be subtle, lower body swelling may indicate that fluid retention is becoming more significant. If under-eye bags are accompanied by foamy urine, persistent dark urine, unexplained shortness of breath, or swelling in the legs, it may be time to speak with your healthcare provider. These symptoms do not automatically mean you have kidney or heart disease, but they do warrant a closer look. Early evaluation can help identify potential problems before they become more serious, allowing you to take action sooner rather than later. Now let's talk about 3 surprisingly common habits that can make under-eye puffiness much worse, especially after the age of 60. The first is consuming too much sodium in the evening. Many popular foods eaten at dinner, such as canned soups, processed meats, frozen meals, restaurant takeout, and salty snacks contain large amounts of sodium. Sodium causes the body to hold on to water. When you go to sleep, that extra fluid has several hours to redistribute throughout the body while you are lying flat. By morning, some of that fluid may collect in the delicate tissues beneath the eyes, making puffiness much more noticeable. The second mistake is drinking alcohol in the evening. While many people assume alcohol simply causes dehydration, the reality is more complicated. Alcohol can disrupt the body's fluid regulation systems, affect blood vessel function, and interfere with normal sleep quality. As a result, fluid balance becomes less stable, often contributing to facial swelling and under-eye puffiness the following morning. The third mistake may seem surprising: not drinking enough water during the day. Many older adults intentionally limit fluids because they want to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom. Unfortunately, inadequate hydration can actually make fluid retention worse. When the body senses a lack of water, it may activate mechanisms designed to conserve fluid. This can contribute to subtle water retention rather than improved fluid balance. Together, these three habits create the perfect environment for persistent puffiness. Excess sodium encourages water retention, alcohol disrupts normal regulation, and poor hydration limits the body's ability to maintain healthy fluid movement. Over time, these effects can become more noticeable, especially when combined with age-related changes in kidney function and lymphatic drainage. The good news is that small, daily adjustments can often make a meaningful difference. The good news is that a few simple foods may help support healthy fluid balance and provide nutrients that benefit both the kidneys and the body's natural drainage systems. While no food can magically eliminate under-eye puffiness overnight, certain choices may support the processes that help regulate fluid movement throughout the body. The first is parsley. Often used as a garnish and overlooked at the edge of the plate, parsley contains natural compounds that have long been associated with healthy fluid balance. It is also rich in antioxidants and nutrients that support overall wellness. Adding fresh parsley to soups, salads, omelets, or smoothies is an easy way to include it in your daily routine. The second is cucumber. Because cucumbers are naturally high in water and low in calories, they can help support hydration while providing valuable nutrients. Proper hydration is essential for healthy circulation, kidney function, and lymphatic drainage. Sliced cucumbers make an excellent snack, and they can also be added to salads or infused into drinking water for a refreshing boost. The third group includes blueberries and other deeply colored berries such as blackberries and raspberries. These fruits are packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which help protect cells from oxidative stress. They also support healthy blood vessels and circulation, both of which play important roles in maintaining proper fluid balance throughout the body. The key is consistency rather than quantity. A handful of berries with breakfast, cucumber added to lunch, and parsley incorporated into dinner may seem like small changes, but over time these habits can contribute to a healthier lifestyle. Combined with good hydration, moderate sodium intake, and regular movement, these foods may help support the body's natural ability to manage fluid and maintain overall health as we age. If you've ever wondered whether the puffiness under your eyes is related to simple fluid retention, there is a quick at-home check that may provide some useful clues. While this is not a medical diagnosis, it can help you better understand what may be contributing to the swelling you see in the mirror each morning. Start by standing in front of a mirror in a well-lit room. Using a clean fingertip, gently press on the puffy area beneath one eye for about 3 to 5 seconds. Then slowly release the pressure and observe what happens. If the indentation disappears almost immediately and the skin returns to normal, fluid retention is less likely to be a major factor. If a small indentation remains for a few seconds before gradually smoothing out, mild fluid accumulation may be present. This can sometimes occur when the body's drainage systems are not moving fluid as efficiently as they once did. If the indentation remains visible for a longer period or the tissue feels unusually swollen, it may suggest more significant fluid retention. In this situation, it is worth paying closer attention to other symptoms such as ankle swelling, changes in urination, or shortness of breath. Remember, this simple test cannot diagnose kidney or heart problems. However, it may help you recognize patterns and determine whether your under-eye puffiness appears to be related to fluid accumulation rather than skin aging alone. One simple technique that many people find helpful is a gentle lymphatic drainage massage designed to encourage fluid movement away from the face. It takes less than 60 seconds, requires no equipment, and can easily be added to your morning routine. While it is not a medical treatment, it may help support the body's natural drainage pathways. First, locate the lymph node area just below and slightly behind your ears, near the angle of the jaw. These lymph nodes act like collection points where fluid from the face is directed before continuing through the body's drainage network. Using very light pressure, much lighter than a traditional massage, make small circular motions in this area for about 10 seconds on each side. Next, place your fingertips near the center of your face, just beside the nose and beneath the eyes. Gently sweep outward toward the ears using slow, smooth strokes. Repeat this motion 5 to 10 times. The goal is not to push hard, but to encourage fluid to move toward the lymphatic drainage pathways. After that, move your fingertips down along the sides of the neck. Using gentle downward strokes from just below the ears toward the collarbone, repeat the movement several times. This step is important because the lymphatic fluid ultimately drains through channels located in the neck region. The best time to perform this routine is in the morning, especially after waking when fluid has had several hours to accumulate while lying flat. Some people also find it helpful before special events or after a night of poor sleep. The science behind this technique is relatively straightforward. Unlike the circulatory system, which has the heart as a pump, the lymphatic system relies heavily on body movement and gentle pressure to help move fluid. By stimulating these drainage pathways, you may temporarily improve fluid flow and reduce the appearance of puffiness. Combined with healthy hydration, regular movement, and good sleep habits, this simple 60-second routine can become a useful part of a daily wellness strategy. Let me leave you with the story of Evelyn, a 72-year-old retiree who became increasingly frustrated by the persistent puffiness under her eyes. Like many people, she assumed it was simply part of getting older. She spent money on creams, tried sleeping with extra pillows, and experimented with various home remedies. Some helped temporarily, but the swelling always seemed to return. After learning more about fluid balance, Evelyn decided to focus on a few simple changes. She reduced salty evening meals, limited alcohol, drank water more consistently throughout the day, and added more fresh foods such as parsley, cucumbers, and berries to her diet. She also began taking a short walk every morning and practiced the 60-second lymphatic drainage routine after waking up. The results did not happen overnight, but within about 2 weeks, she noticed that her morning puffiness seemed less pronounced. By 6 weeks, friends began commenting that she looked more rested and energetic. Most importantly, she felt better knowing she was supporting her overall health rather than simply trying to hide a symptom. The lesson is simple. Under-eye puffiness is not always just a cosmetic issue. It can reflect changes in fluid balance, kidney function, lymphatic drainage, lifestyle habits, or a combination of several factors. The good news is that small daily actions can often make a meaningful difference over time. So remember the key steps. Stay well hydrated, reduce excess sodium, remain physically active, support healthy kidney function, and encourage lymphatic drainage through regular movement and gentle massage techniques. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments. Have you ever noticed that your under-eye puffiness changes based on your diet, hydration, or sleep habits? We'd love to hear your experience. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical health and healthy aging tips designed specifically for adults over 60. Your next healthy habit could start today.